basically, it would take quite a bit of actual international wrangling just to let us stay beyond 2011. Aside from that, we're spending $10 billion a month in Iraq, and we just don't have the money to continue to support this, is basically, I think, what a lot of this boiled down to. And I think it's a lot of the same thing on the other side. There's not much money in Iraq, and we can't afford to just hand it out. We don't know how it would be used, if it would actually be used to help the people. And as long as there are people who are poor or oppressed, there's going to be riots. And if this government can't handle one, then it's never going to stand on its own 2 feet. And we'll just stay there until the world collapses. In essence, we don't have the money to stay, and if they can't stand on their feet now, they're never going to.
Are you saying that all the money then that the total that you spent so far is just going to go to waste as you leave without wrapping things up, per se?
If things can be more wrapped up than they are now, I don't think there's really a way to. I'm sorry.
Keep in mind the UN does not in any way support this war, but I would just like to point out, as a representative of, I guess, the human race, that Saddam Hussein, even though he may not have been the main reason that we were given to go into Iraq, was partaking in things like biological warfare and all sorts of other atrocities that were not only disrupting the lives of hundreds of thousands of people, but was just plain atrocious in regards to all of the sanctions that the UN has set out and just by humanitarian law. So it would not necessarily be to waste. We still got Saddam Hussein out, and hopefully in the long term will have bettered the lives of people just so that they don't have to deal with things like being bombed with.
Okay. We had our final thing. Me and President Maliki has come up with kind of a small set of ideas that we think could maybe help stabilize the situation.
We agreed to use some of them old bases that America used to have in Iraq. Then furnish them and use them to temporarily hold the people from the people who came back temporarily, and we were refugees. We will aid them in any way. Till then, we need them to consider peace. We might need America for a little bit longer, but you still got to get out by 2011.
And it allows the government time to fix, in essence, fix its own problem, because their own government will be dealing with the housing things, and it gives legitimacy both to their own government and to our willingness to leave Iraq, because we are only aiding as much as Iraq needs to be aided, and they will take care of what they can themselves.
This would be our pockets. Okay.